Blueberries are one of nature's healthiest foods. They're low in calories, packed with vitamin C, and full of antioxidants. And freezing blueberries doesn't compromise any of that nutritional value. North and South America grow most of the world's blueberries. The length of the harvest varies by climate. In the South, it spans April to September. Further north, mid-June to mid-August. At this state-of-the-art blueberry farm, a mechanical harvester straddles the row of blueberry plants and shakes the leaves with vibrating fingers. The berries fall to a sloped floor below and roll down into side conveyor belts. The belts dump the berries into onboard bins, which trucks transport from the field to the on-site packing plant. The plant has two separate production lines, one for berries to be shipped out fresh, and this one for berries to be shipped out frozen. Workers empty the bins into a hopper, which feeds the berries onto a conveyor belt. A vibrating conveyor belt then ferries the berries under a blower that suctions up loose leaves and twigs. Then the blueberries tumble down a waterfall. Stones and debris settle in the ledges. The berries land in a wash tank. Most of the ripe ones sink to the bottom, while most of the unripe ones float on top, where workers can easily scoop them out. The berries exit the wash tank with fewer unripe ones among them. The mesh belt vibrates to gently shake off water. Then it runs the berries through the first of two color sorters. The machine's camera is preset to ignore the color blue and detect only green and red. Whenever a green or red berry passes, the camera sends a signal to the computer, identifying its exact location so that one of the 136 air jets blows it off the belt to a collection trough below. The ripe blueberries fly over the top onto a conveyor belt that takes them to the freezer tunnel. The temperature inside is minus 29 degrees Fahrenheit. 5 to 7 minutes later, the berries exit the tunnel frozen solid. Workers perform a final visual inspection. After passing through a metal detector, the berries drop into a pre-programmed scale that weighs out the specific quantity being packaged. Meanwhile, in an on-site lab, government-trained inspectors pull samples off the line every 20 minutes for grading, which they determine by assessing factors such as color, aroma, and defects. The frozen berries go into a freezer until shipped out by freezer truck. The fresh berry production line is similar to the frozen line, minus the wash tank and, of course, the freeze tunnel. However, the color sorters on this line are even more high-tech. Not only are they set to detect red and green berries, but they also have a firmness detector, which by bouncing each berry on a pad, can identify blue ones too soft to have at least a 12-day refrigerated shelf life. Air jets blow those soft berries off the conveyor, so they can be transferred to the frozen berry line. The rest continue to a final visual inspection. The fresh berries are ready for packaging. This electronic fill machine is preset to weigh out the specific quantity they're packaging, in this case nearly 2-pound containers. It drops that quantity of berries into an awaiting plastic container. The final stop on the packaging line is the flat seal machine. It applies a printed plastic film to the top of the container, melting and bonding it to the perimeter without a touch of heat. The film has ventilation holes because fresh berries require air. From here, the containers go off to a refrigerated warehouse to await shipping to the store by refrigerated truck. And provided they remain refrigerated, the blueberries remain fresh and juicy for 10 to 12 days.